If you want to purchase any Samsung M series device or a mid-range Galaxy, you should definitely watch this video. So this is the Samsung Galaxy M53 5G, which brings a few more changes than the Galaxy M52. We've seen other lots of mid-range phones come and go. So what is really fresh about the Galaxy M53 apart from being a nice upgrade from last year's model, if really it's actually an upgrade? So I am Joazy of Joazy TV, and today we will be reviewing the Samsung Galaxy M53. The first changes in the Samsung Galaxy M53 is the back design and the back building. The M53 brings a pretty standard and mid-range design. The back is matte and made of a plastic. It is flat but curves seamlessly into the squared camera bump. The frame is also plastic, thin and glossy. The phone has a lighter feel and relatively thin to carry. Everything else in the front is the same as last year's model. It has a similar screen to last year's model. The Galaxy M53 5G is a 6.7-inch AMOLED covered by the Gorilla Glass 5 with 1080p resolution and a 120Hz refresh rate, which smooths out motion like swiping and scrolling, but it isn't so adaptive. Just like the previous model, this display is decent. It is sharp and contrasting. The colors here are fairly accurate. If you work on them via the customization button in the setting, just maybe you can get what you crave. So the phone does not support an HDR, but there is a weird line L1 certification that allows full HD streaming. The screen has great brightness, which measures up to 400 nits maximum with a manual slider and boosts to 800 nits in an auto mode when exposed to bright sun. Just like last year's model, there is no headphone jack in the Galaxy M53 and just a single speaker, and it isn't even that loud, which scores the Galaxy M53 average on the volume and speaker test, although the quality of sound seems a bit better than last year's. So just like last year's model on biometrics, the Galaxy M53 maintained the side-mounted fingerprint sensor on the power button. It works well though. For the storage, the Galaxy M53 gives you a choice of 128 or 256 gigs on board. And good news, it is also expandable. Impressive, really impressive. The user interface is no surprise. It is a Samsung latest One UI 4.11 based on an Android 12. The Galaxy M53 packs a premium quality and comes with the Samsung software support. You can find out more about the Samsung software at the Samsung website. One of the biggest changes over the previous model is the new chipset. While the M52 packed the Snapdragon 778G, the M53 has a MediaTek Dimensity of 900, providing 5G connectivity like the former, but overall, it is a downgrade in the CPU and the GPU performance. Oops. But still, the chipset is capable enough to serve especially for your everyday task. This device is like a consolation of other mid-rangers, even though it is somehow lower than some of its predecessors. So just like the last year's model, the M53 packs a 5000 mAh power battery capacity. Battery life is not quite good, but it is still solid, with an endurance rating of 114 hours in the proprietary test. The charging speed has gone down too, and there is no adapter in the box, which the phone is packed in, which leaves you to buy a new adapter separately, which is not in the box. Charging is rated up to 25 watts. No changes from before, and with such adapter you can charge the M53 from 0 to 44% in 30 minutes. That's a whole lot of time, my dear. Another mad and beautiful development you would see in the Galaxy M53 is the camera. In the Samsung Galaxy M53, you get a high resolution main cam, but at the same time, the resolution of the ultra wide and the macro cam are a downgrade. Now let's break the setup down. You have the 108 megapixel main camera with OIS, an 8 megapixel ultra wide camera, and a 2 megapixel macro camera, a depth sensor. Photos from the main cam in broad daylight comes out very good with lively colors, good contrast, low noise with great dynamic change. There is a lot of details in every shot it captures, though renditions of fine detail can seem a bit artificial if zoomed closely actually. So portraits from the main cam are depth censored, they're decent, beautiful, well saturated, and how it isolates the subject from the background is good too, but a more complex and busy background can confuse it. The ultra camera's color are punchier than the main cam. It sure does a good job, even though the details aren't quite good as its predecessors though. The 2MP macro camera does not give a lot of detail on its resolution. Photos taken in low light from the main cam are darker in the sides with limited dynamic change. The detail is okay, the shadows are soft and noisy, which is where the night mode comes in. It is really helpful and helps a lot, most notably in the raining highlights, and has a good light sources. Shadows are boosted a little too. It has a drop in sharpness color. The colors are desaturated, still the details level isn't so great. Selfies coming from the 32 megapixel selfie cam are not that bad. It has a generally good detail, wide dynamic range, and a good exposure. The rear camera can record video up to 4K resolution at 30 frames per second. The quality is dope with good details, lovely colors, and wider range. The ultra wide is limited to 1080p resolution and captures good footages. It overall a bit soft, but we like the colors and dynamic range. There is a stabilization in 4K. Stabilized 1080p clips from a main cam displays some occasional focus hunting. The ultra-wide camera is not so affected by that though. So that's it for the Samsung Galaxy M53 5G. We do not sell these devices we review. We only review them for customers out there to enable them choose it right. Our channel is still very young and we need a lot of engagement to boost it. Kindly subscribe by hitting the button below. Don't forget, like this video, comment on what you think about this video. Tell us what you think. We are always ready to answer. I remain Joyce of Joyce TV, and I'll see you again in our next video. Namaste.